All right, Bowblax.
I don't think
How
we've ever
fried
really
are you?
talked. Only a little bit. Only like half fried.
Only a little bit fried?
Yeah,
so
I'm
you have
usually more
enough in
fried.
you for some questions here?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. What's up?
Awesome, bro, because I'm dressed to fucking impress, and I want to deliver some content right now. One-on-one with Bowblax.
So, something interesting about your channel is like, do you remember when you first made like the H3 video and how like, I don't know if you remember the view trajectory of it. I imagine you were looking at it a lot. Do you remember it like stagnating at a certain point and then picking back up?
Yeah.
So it stagnated at like 200K, and I thought the video was good. And at the time, you know, like the one Pokemon copyright struck from me that was getting like hundreds of thousands of views really fast.
Yeah.
I put your video in the end card, and that's why it gained as many views. As
What the fuck? So you've been my fucking my knight in shining armor this whole time?
Yeah. If you look at the analytics, I'm pretty sure it would back up that it's like from end cards. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, you did a good job on that video. It deserved to get 1 million. I'm not like taking credit or anything, but I'm just.
No. I'm not viewing it that way. That's fucking very nice of you, though, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Us, especially at that time, right? Especially at that fucking time, because I don't think you were doing anything, any of this full time back then.
No.
But like,
yeah,
exactly.
I just
like
kind of got lucky, so I like spread the luck to you, I guess.
Yeah. No, I am a big proponent of like raising up your fellow kings or whatever. Like, I think in the commentary community, it's kind of a bit of an instinct to recede, like to not interact with other people in the community, or to like even worse, like tear them down a little bit. But yeah, no, I think that in reality, in most YouTube like ecosystems, especially like if you see any big YouTuber, they always are like fucking lifting up their fellow like creators or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, man. That's very nice.
Yeah, no problem. And I'm glad the video got traction, because I think it was an important discussion to have, since no one was really having the anti-H3 discussion at the time. Now, he wasn't like a huge piece of shit or anything back then. But there was like some valid criticism. And I was like an H3 fan. I was still an H3 fan when I watched it, but I'm like, these are just some pretty like decent criticisms, and I haven't heard anyone else talk like this about H3, so I'm like...
Yeah, no, the only other person I could think of was like Diesel Patches, and he was more of like kind of just shitting on H3 without like a kind of deep criticism or whatever. But yeah, no, that was an interesting time. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. It's funny because I feel like we have a lot of shared memories that we don't know about each other, just because you have literally been in this community for fucking forever. And I technically have as well, like as a viewer, is what I'm saying. Like we started as viewers, we weren't like we weren't really involved in the community as creators, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think we kind of became creators at the same time.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know when you started viewing drama. I really got into the drama scene in 2015, but like even before that, like in 2012, I was like really into like following the Game Grumps breakup drama and stuff like that. So like.
Yeah, no, I mean, for like YouTube drama and shit, I was subscribing to every fucking new account that Drama Alert was making, because there's a point where Drama Alert was non-stop getting banned. I don't know exactly why.
Oh yeah, that was like early 2015 or late 2014.
Yeah, it was like maybe even 2014. But yeah, it was right. It was before, for sure. It was before Leafy was like big. Yeah, I know that.
Leafy was 2016. Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, I have to ask, Bowblax. I'm gonna fucking have you give me some counseling here. You're doing this full time right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna take this as almost like a job interview, or like a take your kid to work day, and I'm the kid, okay?
Okay.
What's your best, like, area of monetization? Like, where are you making the most fucking money right now?
Ads on videos and sponsorships.
Okay, so are sponsors actually, like, sick? Like, are sponsors worth it?
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes they make up either half or more of a creator's income, typically, if there's more
Holy fuck.
It depends how many there are a month and, like, how many views they're getting and everything like that.
Right.
But, let's say there's a channel at 100K, someone would probably offer, like, $1,500 for an ad spot. At 100K.
Wait, okay, is it based on subscribers, or it's like you get 100K
usually
views?
Yeah, so I'm thinking 100K views.
Okay, so $1,500 would be the ad spot for like 30 seconds or a minute?
For, yeah, a minute. on 100K.
Okay. 1,500.
Yeah.
That's a lot better than AdSense. Like a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. But then AdSense is more consistent because a sponsor you could only probably get 1 or 2 a month, and if you make more than 1 or 2 videos a month, then like,
yeah,
it's capped, right? But like ad revenue, if you, yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So.
But sponsors are definitely worth if you're one of those content creators who like works like a whole month on a video and then has 1 video uploaded that month. Then sponsors are like a must for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, shit. So like people who get like millions of fucking views and have sponsors, is there like a premium that they get? Like, are they making like?
I've heard of deal. Well, I don't know what like the million sub people get or whatever.
Yeah.
But I heard of deals that are like 10K for like 1 million views. You know.
Wow. That's really solid.
So yeah, and it just keeps exponentially getting bigger and bigger. So.
Okay. I wanted to ask about merch. I don't know if you've attempted like to sell shirts or to sell like I know you had the plushies and it was like mainly a joke, and then fucking H3 funded them and then unfunded them, and then Keemstar fully funded them. Is that what happened?
Yeah, well, Keemstar helped out. He gave 50, but I didn't need 50 to go over it. Like I already had the 200 regardless.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay, when it comes to merch, is merch worth it, or is it more of a pain in the ass than anything?
I feel like it's a pain in the ass personally, but if you have a large, active audience that kind of appeals to merch, then it is really profitable. Like, for example, my channel, I'm just like a faceless guy who reads tweets, right? Like, I'm not really the type of creator where people will be like, I gotta get that Bowblax t-shirt, you know, or whatever.
Right.
But if you're like a Jake Paul or like a vlogger or a gaming channel or whatever, then merch is very valuable. I heard it's like one of the best things. I've heard that it can be even better than sponsors, but it seems like a huge pain to set up. I've never set it up, so.
Yeah, because I've heard some crazy shit like Elvis the Alien, most of his fucking money comes from his merch or whatever, like Alienware or whatever the fuck. And I mean, it does look like a massive pain in the ass, but I feel like that's, I don't know, that could be like an interesting way to make money, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense that his merch is doing so well. Yeah, I think merch is definitely probably the biggest money maker, but I just have never bothered to do it. So.
Okay. All right. I want to ask. At what point were you like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this full time? Like, this is my job now. You know what I mean?
Probably when I started getting sponsors, which was about when I reached 100K. But I think I could have, if I were to like start making a living off of it at the earliest time possible, I think I could have done it around like 50K or 30K subs, because I was still getting a lot of views. But
good shit. And okay, in terms of maintaining your fucking sanity, because I feel like you actually do make, like, you're very productive from everything I've seen, and the kind of content you make, I feel like it can be, like, if it seems like you could get sick of making that kind of content, you know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so how do you maintain your fucking sanity?
Sometimes I just take a day or, like, half a day just to, like, decompress or do something, like, completely un-YouTube related, like...
Right.
You know, hang out with like friends or family who know like nothing about YouTube or whatever. I frequently like sometimes take entire days just to do that, because some of these stories are like really heavy, or like I'm tangled up in some weird drama like Edwin's Generation stuff or whatever. So yeah, and I also have anti-anxiety medication, which helps a lot, but I was always on that. So.
Cool. I'm surprised you're not on like fucking Adderall or some shit to.
I am for ADHD,
you are?
But it's prescribed. It's prescribed. It's not.
Okay. It's prescribed. That's different. If it's prescribed, it's like bringing you to a baseline.
Yeah,
usually.
It brings me to baseline. Yeah, it's completely different. So I don't know what it. Yeah, I can imagine what it's like without it. But it's like if I took too much Adderall, right?
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Okay. I want to ask. Because, fuck. I know that, I think that you're self-aware in the sense of, like, you basically just said, like, your content is, you are technically not the focus. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about your personality usually.
Yeah.
Though you do have a good personality, by the way. I really like, especially the clips where you're fucking like reeing, like me, like ironically reeing. I think that's fucking hilarious. But if you could do it over again, would you have created a persona like personality-based channel where it was like about you, or do you prefer like kind of having the I guess like a bit of like the hands-off, like it's not about you type of content?
Well, I kind of tried making content that was like personality-based for the first 8 years and didn't really work out, albeit it was a whole different genre. So I honestly just don't know if I could create a channel based solely on my personality, but that's definitely... I don't like regret what I've done with my channel now, but I would like to like also do the personality stuff maybe a bit more.
Okay, so like you wouldn't shy away from that. Like if your personality stuff was popular before, you would probably prefer that, you think?
Yeah, I would probably keep going into that. Not that I dislike the content I'm doing now, but you even see me like pop into that type of zone or whatever when I make certain commentary videos. Like sometimes I find like a video that I find funny, sit down, work on it for a couple days, and actually try to like think out jokes and timing everything and editing jokes and stuff. And I've made a couple of those videos.
I've seen that. I can tell you have like very good instincts. Like you've absorbed so much of this content that you like know the ropes of like how to make it funny.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, I can tell, bro. At this point in my life, I have a good gauge for when people like understand metas is in terms of like making shit actually funny.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, no worries. So if it's not obvious, I'm asking this shit because I'm trying to learn myself here. I'm trying to fucking, I'm trying to actually be a fucking YouTuber, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I want your opinion now.
Okay.
What do you think is the fastest way to grow on YouTube without just shitting out a ton of content?
Without shitting out a ton of content?
Yeah.
What's like... Is that like once a week uploads you're saying, or like?
Sure, once a week, yeah.
Once a week. That's that's difficult because obviously the best way to make content is to upload like daily or a couple times a week.
Yeah.
I guess you would kind of do it like how Sunny V2. Well, for commentary, you would do it how Sunny V2 kind of does it, where you make these kind of long videos that normally take a month, but like you make them 11 minutes long and you make like 2 a month or 3 a month, right? In terms of other genres, I think streaming is probably like the most profitable thing to do is to be like a kid-friendly streamer, be like a ninja, be like a Pokemon. I feel like that objectively out of every like content creation online, that's probably one of the most profitable and easiest to do. But in terms of making videos, I mean, there's just so many genres you could succeed in. I feel like some genres lend better to more frequent uploads than others, but for commentary, I definitely think there's a way to like get big while uploading semi-infrequently. I mean, Turkey Tom does it, right? Where he uploads like once every 2 weeks and stuff. So yeah.
So, what's your opinion on getting into drama? Do you think that getting into drama could be a like a good career move?
Maybe. I feel like it's a little oversaturated, but the thing about the drama community is that like with a topic, everyone can approach it differently in endless different ways. Now, a lot of content ends up being the same, but it doesn't necessarily have to. Like, to give a stark contract, like with gaming content, right? Like back in the day with Let's Plays, a popular thing to do was to do like a day one Let's Play and be the first one to like, you know, play through a brand new game.
The Rad Brad fucking, I know
but
what you mean.
It was a rat race because whoever got there first got the views. That's it, right? If you're like day 2 to the game, no one gives a fuck. So, but with commentary, you can cover the same subject. Like maybe you're not the first one to the story, but you're the first one to give like a unique take that people are interested in, right? So there's more flexibility in
this is a great point. Yeah, this is a fantastic point because like I've it's not that I make a ton of commentary videos, but when I do, I'm always late. Like obviously the H3 was an exception, but like usually I'm always late. So I try to make it like a nuanced fucking perspective, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To compensate. But yeah, so you're basically saying that you could do drama content. You should just try to actually provide something new, like you're not just fucking regurgitating.
Yeah, I suppose, like a new perspective or a new opinion. And if you can't on that subject, then, I don't know, I guess you can make the video anyway. But I think the best way to grow in any genre on YouTube is to find something that people are interested in, but nobody else has done, which is obviously easier said than done. But, like, for example, like, Minecraft is an oversaturated marketplace, obviously, but Dream came in with the manhunts, and that was, like, kind of with the speedrun manhunts, which was a unique twist that no one else has ever done on Minecraft. So it's popular, but it's different, so people want to watch that new different thing. So the best way to get big in a genre is, like, to find, like, a niche in a popular genre, and then, you know, exploit that.
Yeah, when I was asking, by the way, about drama, initially I was asking, what's your opinion on getting into direct drama? Like, you're not talking about other people. I mean, like, what's your opinion on being involved in drama? Is that a potential, like, way to accelerate your growth and shit? Or what's your view? Because you've obviously, of all people, you have seen probably the most, like, backlash fucking, like, resulting from a drama and shit like that. So, yeah, I want to know your take. Like, how can you finesse drama to your advantage?
Drama's always risky because, like, I feel like the reward doesn't outweigh the risk. It really depends who you're fighting with. So if it's like John Swan versus Dream, and John wins, like, that's really good for him because Dream's a huge name. But if I'm arguing with someone the same size as me or even, like, a little bit bigger, like, getting in your own drama takes up not just a lot of time, but a lot of, like, your own mental time as well. And it's just it's a huge
it's psychologically taxing. Yeah,
it's psychologically taxing, right? So it's like, I think it's just way better and smarter to cover other people's dramas. I wouldn't recommend someone intentionally get into drama to grow. Now, if you have a feud with someone and it's, like, legitimate and you happen to grow off it and you're in the right, then fine. But, like, I wouldn't seek it out. I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Okay, so would you view, like, Content Cop, would you view that as him, like, basically taking drama to other people, or is that different than drama to you?
That is kind of, that's, like, similar to what I was saying before. It's, like, kind of like a niche in drama. It's like a blue ocean, right? Where it's like, for example, like, I don't know, iDubbbz makes the first Content Cop on Jinx. And no one has talked about Jinx, but there's a legitimate grievance there and something legitimate to say, and people are interested because Jinx is a big creator. So that's like a big topic people are interested in, but no one has talked about yet. So that's an example of what I was talking about before. And I think your H3 video is another example of that, which, like, no one was talking about Ethan before, but there are things that people noticed, just no one, like, put it together into a video until you did, right?
Right, yeah. Interesting, okay. Damn. So where do you see yourself going in 5 years? Like, are you like a long-term planning type of guy, or are you just kind of dealing with, like, the day-to-day?
I'm more dealing with the day-to-day. I'm, like, ADHD as hell, so I can't really, like, think that far ahead when it comes to planning, or I don't prefer to. Sometimes I think, like, a couple weeks ahead or what have you, or general directions for my channel. But the thing about a YouTube channel that's hard to plan for is, like, sometimes you have an idea for content, but you don't know exactly how that idea is gonna play out. Right. And you kind of have to see it play out in order to, like, make your next move. So I can't, like, plan multiple years in the future. I can plan maybe, like, a month in the future, or a trajectory, but that's it, right?
That's a great point. Being a YouTuber is a lot more like being a fucking alchemist than it is like being a scientist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like you're creating fucking potions and you don't know what's gonna really come out of it. It's more of like a constant experimentation. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I don't know how formal or fucking whatever I'm sounding, but I swear there's only gonna be like a few more questions here. Okay. Edgy content. As someone, again, who's fucking in tune as hell with, like, the commentary community, what is your genuine opinion on, like, the potential for a small channel right now to grow with edgy content?
Probably big, because it seems like a lot of people gravitate towards that. I mean, Sneeko has a lot of viewers, Andrew Tate has a lot of viewers. I'm not personally interested in that type of content. So
okay, wait up. I feel like you're associating edginess with, like, politically insane.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know what your line of edgy is.
No, it's okay. I'm not really trying to gatekeep edginess or anything. I just mean like because Sneeko and Andrew Tate obviously, by today's standards of YouTube, are not allowed, right? Like, they would get banned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, what's your opinion on, like, let's say like a cold ones, or like, sure, like a fucking like Filthy Frank type of like edginess, or like an iDubbbz edginess.
So not like offensive, but more like shocking, kind of.
Right, or it's like offensive, but it's not like, you know,
hateful.
Actually hateful.
Or legitimate.
It's offensive
thoughts.
maybe, but it's not hateful.
Okay.
Like, do you think it could work, or do you think it's a kind of dumb, unnecessary risk?
I think it's possible to do on YouTube for sure, but you gotta kind of do it within the bounds of what YouTube allows, right? Like cold one, like can cold ones exist on YouTube? Do they get monetized, or is it like completely demonetized every time?
So yeah, that's the thing. I think that cold ones is a real interesting example, because what they basically do is, yeah, they're still kind of, you know, like a lot of their content is kind of like on the edgier side, and they dealt with that for a long time, where they got demonetized and shit, age restricted. But now they've kind of nailed it, where I think they know what causes problems, so they like censor all the swear words, they censor like puke, anything like that, and they put the fucked up content on their Patreon as like, if you want to see the uncensored, you go there, type of thing. Yeah,
that's a good strategy.
It is a good strategy. The thing is that I don't know if cold ones, I don't know how replicable it is, because obviously Max and Chad both had massive audiences beforehand, you know what I mean? And they've obviously grown like massively as well, but I feel like for a person like just starting out who's making maybe edgier content, do you think that they're kind of fucked, or do you think that they should like not like, do you think they should basically like censor swear words and like not say certain lines and shit like that, or do you think that at this point not censoring yourself might be like a competitive advantage?
I feel like if it's within like the YouTube monetization guidelines or whatever, it has possible to get big. Like, I don't know if you're asking if it's possible to get big algorithmically or like audience-wise, because I think there is an audience for edgy content.
Yeah, no, there's definitely demand. Yeah, I'm more curious if you think that the algorithm will completely fuck you. Like, it's hard for me to gauge how much the algorithm like influences your growth, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's hard, it's changing all the time, so it's hard for me to gauge too. Like, sometimes I get videos confirmed demonetized, but they get more views than like a confirmed monetized one. Although I do think it's always better to have it monetized regardless, but it's really hard to tell how much it suppresses it. Age restriction completely fucks it. You never want to get near the line of age restriction.
No, I've learned that the hard way. Yeah, age restrictions like death.
And the rules seem to be getting like more and more strict, and the bar keeps seeming to go lower and lower and lower in terms of what amount of edginess is needed. So if you were to go edgy, with swear words, unless it's like in the first minute, if it's past the first minute, because for some reason YouTube cares more about the first minute than the rest of the video for whatever reason, I think swearing should continue, because I just think it's stupid to bleep swear words on YouTube. Yeah. I just think principally it's just so dumb, so I'm never gonna bleep swears.
I hate it, like, philosophically,
It might be smart to bleep swears, but I don't think I'm gonna do it, and I don't really think I'm gonna get fucked by it. Maybe a little bit, I don't know, but the safest way is definitely not to swear. And as for any other edginess that isn't swearing, I would say just like censor it or try to like imply it or something like that. Instead, just to be safe, because the barrier to entry on what edginess is allowed keeps getting smaller and smaller, so you probably want to compensate, right?
I would say that's like a good analysis, where it's like, yes, the like hole, the fucking warp hole or whatever of like what you can get away with is definitely getting tighter and tighter and tighter, especially as like the AI itself gets smarter, you know what I mean, at like picking up on swear words and shit. And blood too, I swear. I've had some videos where it's like I get bloody halfway through the video and it's age restricted. Yeah, fuck, it's tough. But I think that that's a good way to view it though, where it's like, you should view these like tightening restrictions as almost inspiration to test the line, like to see what you can get away with, you know what I mean? You don't want to get age restricted. If you get age restricted, you lost, basically, is the way to view it. But you want to still like make the joke you were making, you know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Yeah, it's like it's like an added challenge. Like you have to be clever to be edgy in like a sophisticated way, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like you can't be like on the nose like N-word, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like whenever I feel like I'm making a joke or saying something that's too edgy, in my videos, I just try to say the same thing but in a different way or like imply it. There's almost never where I just outright like completely cut it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of the times that can be either funnier or just at the very least it like gets the point across. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good moral, you know what I mean? In fucking in the Soviet Union under Stalin, there were plenty of fucking artists who were trying to subvert the insanely strict rules by like complying with the rules. So they would follow the rules, but like subvert them in very subtle ways, you know what I mean? And that's how a lot of really fucking awesome art is actually created, is by subverting the existing rules. So that's what I would say to any fucking aspiring creators out there. Like, you know, try to play within the boundary of the rules, but don't be afraid to, you know, to experiment and like try to get away with sneaky shit.
Yeah, for sure. Like YouTube is a game and it's a playground to play around with creatively, and YouTube is just, you know, a game to flex those creative skills, and I guess you can just treat the rules as a game rather than a restriction. Although they are still really annoying.
Yeah,
I wish they weren't there, 100%. But you know.
100%. But there's like, are you black-pilled in the sense of like no amount of like moist critical or like any big fucking commentator complaining about YouTube? None of that. Are you black-pilled in the sense of like none of that will actually change anything?
It might change minor things, but the overall trajectory of the site I don't think would change regardless of a bunch of creators are talking or zero. So.
Right, yeah. That's kind of what I mean when I say like try to operate within their rules, because we can't change them. Like, it's not a democratic system in my opinion. So yeah, you should just try your best to operate within the fucking
fighting is a waste of time, because even if it does change, you took and spent so long fighting it to change that like you missed out on all the opportunities. And you can also fight for change while playing within the rules. Like, I make videos shitting on YouTube, but then I also play within the rules. Like, you can do both.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I don't want anyone to like fucking destroy their potential careers by getting banned on YouTube, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be much better off just continuing to make videos and like being at least sneaky about being edgy or whatever, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, okay, that's all the questions I had. Did you have any questions for me?
Where's the Hong Kong videos?
All right, so that was good talking to you, Bowblax. I hope we talk again. It was fun.
I actually don't know what I should watch your update video, I guess, but.
Oh yeah, sure. You could. I could answer that question.
It wasn't like a bad end. Like, was it like you were getting doxxed or some shit? And I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, no. I have reasons. I could explain it right now, but that update video might explain it better than me. But. Yeah, long story short, it is coming. It is coming. I know I say that every day, but it is being worked on. So yeah, I appreciate your interest, bro, and I appreciate your support too. Bowblax fucking supported me on Patreon for fucking forever. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I actually do want to see that Hong Kong.
No, I do too. Trust me, I do too.
Take your time on it. No one's like, we don't need it right away. We've waited long.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understood that vibe. Like, that's the thing. When I first started it, my plan was to upload it, like, again, weekly, which was a meme. Like, it's a big meme that I like, Hong Kong video next week. But I quickly realized that was a fuck up and that I should be a lot more careful with it. So, yeah, when I upload the whole, like, the multiple episodes and shit like that, I think it'll be, you know, hopefully still decently relevant, and I think I'm confident it'll be nice.
Yeah, for sure, it'll be I mean, it's more political driven, right? It's not like YouTube drama where it's like iDubbbz and Jake Paul are fighting and then like it's done. That's an issue I have with Nerd City's videos. It's like by the time they come out, it's like, okay, who cares about J Station though, right? Like, he's already banned on YouTube by the time you upload this video. Yes, yeah,
I kind of agree with that. It sucks because I'm also obviously somebody who takes forever, but yeah, with Nerd City, it sucked that the J Station video took him that long because at that point J Station had already degraded like pretty fucking low, Yeah, for sure. Anyway, okay. Actually, thank you for talking.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, no
What's
problem. That? I like this little mini interview.
Awesome. Okay, we will have future ones. I swear.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
talk to you later, bro.